Ever had your car yell at you to buckle up when you're already safely strapped in? If you've experienced this frustrating phantom chime in your late model SUV, you aren't alone. And you should definitely stay tuned until the end to see how much this simple sensor glitch could cost you out of warranty. It usually starts with a sudden persistent chime that cuts through your music or conversation. You glance at the dashboard and see the seatbelt icon flashing for the second row right passenger seat. The confusing part is that either your passenger is sitting right there with their belt securely fastened, or the seat is completely empty. This isn't just a minor annoyance, it's a distraction that can turn a peaceful commute into a headache. Owners report that the chime often toggles on and off as the passenger shifts their weight, making it impossible to ignore. Some drivers have even tried buckling the empty seat just to get the car to shut up, only to find the system still complaining. This specific issue is currently focused on the 2023 Honda Pilot. It affects the entire lineup, including the Sport, EXL, TrailSport, Touring, and Elite trims. If you're driving a Pilot from this model year, that persistent backseat warning is likely a documented hardware failure rather than a one-time fluke. The technical explanation comes straight from Honda in Service Bulletin 23/018. They've identified a manufacturing defect within the second row right outboard seat cushion frame. Specifically, the internal components of the occupant detection system, the sensors that tell the car if a human is sitting there, are failing or sending intermittent signals. When this sensor malfunctions, the vehicle's computer gets conflicting information. It detects weight on the seat, but because the sensor is faulty, it doesn't always recognize that the buckle is actually engaged. This triggers the logic that a passenger is in danger, leading to the visual warnings and that repetitive audible alarm. While the noise is the main complaint, there is a more serious side to this. This system is tied directly to the Supplemental Restraint System, or SRS. If the car can't accurately tell if a passenger is present, it could potentially affect how the airbags or seatbelt pretensioners are managed during a collision. If you take your Pilot to the dealer, a technician will use the Honda Diagnostic System, or IHDS, to look at the rear seatbelt buckle switch and occupant detection data. They are looking for a mismatch, where the seat says occupied, but the buckle shows as unbuckled, even when the passenger is clearly clicked in. Correcting this isn't as simple as swapping a fuse or updating software. The verified repair requires replacing the entire second row right outboard seat cushion frame. This is a significant mechanical job that involves removing the entire seat from the vehicle and essentially performing surgery on the interior. A technician has to carefully strip off the seat covers and pull back the foam padding to reach the frame. They then transfer your original covers and cushions onto a brand new metal frame assembly that contains a corrected sensor. Once it's all back together, they often have to perform a zero-point calibration so the car knows exactly what an empty seat feels like. On owner forums and platforms like Reddit, drivers have shared their frustration with how long the process takes. Because this involves a specific seat frame part, many dealers don't keep them in stock. It's common for owners to wait a week or more for the parts to arrive before the half-day labor of the actual repair can begin. The good news is that since the Pilot is a 2023 model, most of these repairs are being handled under Honda's 3-year or 36,000-mile limited warranty. If you are within those limits, the fix should cost you $0. However, if you have high mileage and are outside of that coverage, the costs start to climb quickly. For an independent shop, the labor to disassemble and reassemble a modern SUV seat is significant. Combined with the cost of the frame assembly, you can expect a total estimate of around $550. If you take it to a dealership where labor rates are higher and OEM parts are sold at retail, that estimate will likely land between $850 and $1,050. If your Pilot is giving you a hard time with these phantom warnings, make sure to mention Service Bulletin 23/018 to your service advisor. It can save a lot of diagnostic time if the tech knows exactly which frame to inspect right away. Dealing with a constant chime is stressful, but getting the right parts ordered is the first step back to a quiet cabin. Have you dealt with a ghost seatbelt reminder in your Honda, or did a different fix solve the problem for you? If this breakdown helped you understand what's happening with your Pilot, please hit the like button and subscribe for more real-world repair guides.